Hey, what's up everyone? It's Retro Geek here, bringing my second video for today, and I do apologize for the higher than usual amount of videos coming through. Like I said in the earlier video, there's just a lot of stuff that seems to have been leaked lately, or that's semi-confirmed or rumored, or however you want to look at it. So a lot of stuff to talk about, but I think I'm going to save some of it for just later on to sort of wrap my brain around it, think about it, to kind of get an idea about what I want to talk about, because the other one, the third one to this, might be a 20-minute video. It might take a while, because I just think there's a lot of stuff to talk about it. But I wanted to go ahead and talk about this, which should be on the screen right now. It's something that I saw hit live on Twitter when I was working last night, and I've seen some people talk about it today. So I wanted to go ahead and just bring it up. I found the closest, the very first article that I could find on it, just so that way I have it up here. So it's from comicbook.com, obviously. And I remember last year when it was sort of rumored that, like, hey, we're going to get this expansion pack that's going to feature Game Boy games and Game Boy Advance games and N64 games. And that didn't come to fruition. Instead, we got the overpriced expansion pack with just N64 games. I don't really count Genesis because I really think the NSO should be strictly for Nintendo. But even if you do count the Genesis, that's fine. It's still not worth double the cost of what I'm basically paying now for my family subscription. But if they add this in, this might be worth it. So, just reading directly from the article, it says, over the last few months, rumors have suggested that Nintendo Switch Online subscribers would gain access to games that were originally released on Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. Which would be nice, because again, I consider Game Boy Advance to be a whole different console than the Game Boy, because the Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Pocket, they all kept the same A-B format of like 2 buttons and a D-pad, whereas the Game Boy Advance added in L and R. So I guess you could technically count it as a different thing, because I do, because it adds in, again, L and R shoulder buttons. And then those rumors seem to have gained a lot more steam as Nintendo developed emulators have apparently been discovered for the system, which is fine. As you can see here, it sort of talks about it a little bit more. The Twitter user here, Trash Bandicoot, has sort of shown the emulators going. And it's sort of, I don't know, kind of leaked it. I don't really know if, again, until Nintendo actually comes out and confirms something, I'm just always the kind of person that I take everything that I hear with a grain of salt. That's just how I am. So, anyways, supposedly there's a Game Boy emulator that's currently up and running that Nintendo might bring over. And you can just go to this article here and look at it. I'm not going to go everything here. I'm just going to kind of go over my 2 cents on this. Game Boy and Game Boy Advance would be huge. Mostly because, again, the Game Boy has a huge lineup of games. I mean, if you think about just about every game that came out, like, Link's Awakening, we got a Zelda game. In one of my previous videos, I talked about, Super Mario Land and Super Mario Land 2. Those are 2 big ones. I believe there was even a Super Mario Land 3 Wario Land, but that could have been a Game Boy Advance game. But even still, if they bring over Game Boy Advance, you'll have all the Wario Land games also. So it's like just a lot of big hitters could come. People mentioned Pokemon Pinball. That's fine if you're into Pokemon, but like just the fact that like we could get potentially Kirby, Zelda, Mario games. More of them, and there's a good handful. Like there's even a Banjo-Kazooie game that came out for Game Boy Advance, and an Altered Beast game, and another Mario Kart game that came out for Game Boy Advance, and I believe there was F-Zero. I believe that was something that came out. So there's just all kinds of options that would be available for this. And so yeah, it would just be the kind of thing that it would be interesting to see what they would do with it, how this would work out. I'm going to talk about this in a separate video, because I think we just need to discuss NSO and the app and how much better it can improve. But as long as they're continuing to bring support to the app itself into the subscription, it's fine. I have a feeling they're going to split it. Like, I heard something about how Game Boy Advance is going to be for the expansion pack only, and the Game Boy and Game Boy Color games are going to be for the regular subscription. Again, we'll have to wait for Nintendo to actually release something on that to know for sure. But even if they do make it to where it's just, you know, either more Game Boy game, not more Game Boy games. Either Game Boy games are coming to the base NSO subscription, or we're getting both the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance games on the expansion pack. It just adds more value upon it, and it might even make me break down and get the expansion pack, because a part of me wants to. I think I know what Nintendo's going to do with it going forward, but you know, as of right now, I just can't stand the price of it for $70 or $80 or whatever it is for the family pack. So yeah, and that's just for N64 games, and I can go outside and I can go out to the storage shed and I can grab my N64 and just hook up and play the same games. So I mean, it's not worth it for me right now. But depending upon the games they bring over, this might be worth it. You know, again, I mentioned a few of the games just in this video alone that I would like to see. So make sure that you put down in the comments below what games you would love to see Nintendo bring over. Would you be excited about Pokemon? Would you be excited about, you know, if they brought over all the Mario Land games? You know, I know there's a lot of heavy hitters that came out to Game Boy. It just really depends upon what they want to do, because I know they're not going to bring over like Killer Instinct and Mortal Kombat and all that stuff, because they weren't the best versions on Game Boy. But I can easily see them bringing over just a good slew of healthy Game Boy games to get the ball rolling with that. And then if this is something that we can expect every year from Nintendo, then, you know, are we going to eventually get to the point to where we might start seeing, I don't know, something else that I don't want to mention out loud, because again, I'm going to save it for another video and I don't want to jinx myself. But, you know, maybe future portables that, you know, might have 3D with them. I don't know. Just, again, we'll have to sort of play around with that later. But, yeah, so if we do get Nintendo Switch Online to have Game Boy games, what games do you want to see? And how do you think that would work? Do you think it's going to be part of the base subscription, the expansion pack? And, you know, hopefully this will get announced sooner rather than later. Maybe it'll be a May announcement now that it's kind of semi-leaked, or maybe they'll wait till September like I think they did last year. September or October, sometime in the fall. I don't know, we'll see. But hopefully this is true. But again, we heard this last year. This was coming, and it sort of got pushed off on the back burner. But, so maybe this is what happened. Maybe they just need more time to develop it for the Game Boy Advance. I don't know. I still think, ultimately, if this is true, and I'm going to wrap up my video with this, if it's true, I think Game Boy will come out first, because I've always considered Game Boy Advance to be its own separate console, and Nintendo seems to do that. Like, they come out with NES, and then SNES, and then N64. They didn't just drop it all at once. So, and unless, of course, that's changing, because again, Nintendo is sort of trying to change their course, I think, and change their momentum. So maybe they'll just drop all the Game Boys at once. Maybe they'll just consider the Game Boy to be the Game Boy, and it's like, here's every Game Boy, you know? But I don't know. I think this is just exciting news, guys, and I'm sorry for keeping you as long as I have. I hope that you liked this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. That lets me know that you listened all the way to the end and that you enjoyed the content and want to hear more content like this. And just like it says in the banner, make sure that you subscribe. You know, I'm going to try to do a video every day, or at least once a week, to bring you some content to talk about. And hopefully I'll get back to some of my usual original stuff, like the top picks, or even just retro rewinds, where I sort of talk about older stuff that I've enjoyed, or just whatever comes to mind. You know, that's what we're here for. We're here just to enjoy ourselves. But I see this video is going over the 10-minute mark, so I'll go ahead and let you guys go. I'll talk to you later. Have a good day.